I am once again asking for your help. I need the New Orleans Saints to sign Justin Simmons, and we are on day 115 of trying to make this happen. The first time we posted about this video was way the hell back in March. Back in March 16th, we put this video out. I was talking about the Saints. They needed to go sign Chase Young. They needed to go sign Justin Simmons. And here we are on Tuesday, July 9th, still having the conversation. We made the New Orleans Saints go and sign Chase Young. So let's finish off this perfect offseason and go and get Justin Simmons. And guys, just a quick reminder, you would know how badly I want Justin Simmons and how good of a fit he would be with this team if you were subscribed to the channel. Now, anytime that there's any updates around Justin Simmons, if there's a new report, if there's anything to discuss, we got you covered, because I promise you this, I want Justin Simmons on my team more than anyone across the world. So I am watching and monitoring this situation like it's my job, because it is, because I need Justin Simmons and I want him in New Orleans. So if you want to get updated on the player, subscribe today. Now, before we dive into this, first of all, shout out to my girlfriend, Maddie. Made this badass jersey swap last night. I mean, look how good he looks in the black and gold. I mean, it just makes too much sense. Justin Simmons, he leads the league in interceptions since joining the NFL. He is a 4-time All-Pro. He is a great football player, an experienced, smart veteran, and a very well-respected player. So much so that even Tyrann Mathieu, our very own Saints legend, had such high regards for him when he was released, saying he's going to land on his feet. He's one of my favorite players. I love Justin Simmons, and hey, I'm here to tell you, I love him just as much. But now the question is, what's the holdup? Why has this taken so long to come to fruition? Well, maybe it's the length of contract. Justin Simmons, he could be looking for a multi-year deal where he can stay in the league for a handful of seasons, and he is getting up there in the age column. He's not super old, but he may want some insurance and some job security for the near future. Now, the guaranteed money, in my opinion, might be the biggest issue, because like I said, this is a player who's extremely talented, has all of the accolades you want. He has all of the skills that you need. And maybe teams are saying, we're not willing to pay you this amount, but he wants to get this amount. So that could be something that's causing this contract and this move to be delayed. And the last one is just the fit and the play time. I don't think he wants to go to a situation where he's going to be a backup. I think that he wants to find a spot where he's going to be a starter, at least in the rotation, and he's playing alongside quality other players that can help or that can get him to win more games, get him to the postseason, and maybe even a Super Bowl. So the fit and the playtime, I do believe, is important for Justin Simmons. But, I mean, the production over the last 4 years, and hell, in the entire career, it really does speak for itself. Well, 5 interceptions over the last 2 years, 9 interceptions over the last 2 years, 5 forced fumbles, and then on top of that, over 60 tackles in each of the last 4 seasons, 69 tackles in 2022. That's very nice, but I will add this. He is such a smart player. He is a talented player, and all, despite the fact that you could argue maybe he's getting up there in the age column at 30 years old. But I'm here to tell you right now, Justin Simmons is not washed up. He is not a bad football player. Sure, the production in terms of the grand scheme of Justin Simmons wasn't as good. Maybe it was a down year in regards to what Justin Simmons is capable of. However, he is still a very, very good player. And even a down year, he was an All-Pro. So I don't understand the conversation that I'm seeing on Twitter of Justin Simmons. This is a real tweet that I'm looking at right now. He's an old and washed up bum. Nobody is worried about him. What? Another tweet that I had reply to me, nah, we're good. We have Millard Bradford. I'm sorry. You would rather have a UDFA that may or may not make the roster over a 4-time All-Pro and all of the accolades that Justin Simmons has. I don't understand how you could sit here and possibly tell me this is a bad move. I disagree with you, and we will never be on the same page. And why I think Justin Simmons, I'm going to start right here. And these 2 points is what the biggest argument is for Saints fans. One, we have Jordan Howden. He's already good. He was fine as a rookie. We don't need another safety. Bullshit. I got to tell you that. Jordan Howden was good, but that was his rookie season. He wasn't counted on as a starter the entire year. I want to see him do that over the course of multiple seasons before I trust him to be like, hey, we're good to go. And on top of that, you could also have the pairing of Tyrann Mathieu and Justin Simmons. That is an unstoppable duo, guys. And just because Jordan Howden isn't on the field doesn't mean that's a bad thing. He can pour into Jordan Howden and make him a better player. I mean, you could have the combination of Tyrann Mathieu and Justin Simmons pouring into Jordan Howden, and right there, you have an all-pro NFL Hall of Fame caliber player between those two guys. And that right there is something in itself that I think the Saints should consider. Pour into Jordan Howden for the long term. Now, the other thing is he's one of the best safeties in the league. We've talked about that to ad nauseum on this channel. He improves the secondary. He adds depth. And sure, maybe we don't need a ton of depth and we have a good secondary. We have quality players, but you're telling me players don't get hurt. You're telling me you don't want quality depth. You're telling me you don't want a talented roster. I'm sorry, I just disagree with you. So I wanted to ask you this question. Where will Justin Simmons sign next? Or where will he sign? Because we do have some updated odds that came in from Vegas. So I want you to share your thoughts really quick before we show you these odds. Where do you think Justin Simmons is going to be playing ball? The Vegas odds do not favor the New Orleans Saints, and this is the new update around Justin Simmons. Unfortunately, Vegas does not think that the Saints can afford that player. They don't think that they're going to bring him in, but I'm here to tell you, I don't care what Vegas has to say. I think that the New Orleans Saints should be in the market. And to be honest, I don't think that they're out of the market for Justin Simmons. The depth chart for the New Orleans Saints, it's a solid group. However, I am not necessarily sold on the fact that Jonathan Abram is 100% a reliable starter. I'm not here sold on the fact that Jordan Howden is 100% ready to roll for the long-term, immediate future, 100% without question. There were times where he didn't have amazing ball, but that's okay. He was a rookie. I'm not saying he can't develop and he can't grow, but what I am saying is that I think that if you add Justin Simmons to this depth chart you see on your screen, that immensely improves this unit. And like I said, Jordan Howden benefits from this signing. He will get better. He will get smarter. He will get more athletic. Jordan Howden benefits from the Saints adding Justin Simmons. And on top of that, I think that Jordan Howden needs to have Justin Simmons on the roster because he is a really good player and Justin Simmons can play alongside of him. What happens if Tyrann Mathieu needs to tie his shoe? What happens if he gets his helmet knocked off? What happens if he's just tired? What happens if Tyrann Mathieu gets hurt? You're going to rely on Jordan Howden and Jonathan Abram to be your starters. I don't want that. I genuinely do not want that. I'm going to go into more in-depth detail as to why Jordan Howden can benefit from Justin Simmons. But really quick reminder, here's a really cool piece of art that I found on Fanatics. Let's go to chatsports.com/SaintsArt. It's linked in the comment section description of this video. It's a cool little record piece. Go hang it up on the wall. It has a bunch of team history on there and whatnot. So if you want to get yourself some new stuff for your man cave, or if you're like me and your girlfriend's saying you got to stop hanging up Saints shit all over the house, but this is a pretty good looking piece of art, so maybe you can get away with it. I got away with it, so I'm sure you could too. chatsports.com/SaintsArt. Now back to why Jordan Howden could benefit from Justin Simmons. It's not just because he can pour into him, but it's he can play alongside him. And so if Jordan Howden at times does struggle, you can allow Justin Simmons to take some of the pressure off the rookie. And by the way, honest question, when did me talking about wanting to add one of the best defensive backs in the league, one of the best players in the league, when did that turn into me saying, I hate Jordan Howden? Because on Twitter, in the comment section, I've been getting ripped. I've been getting torn to shreds. You hate Jordan Howden. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't want him on the field. If we sign Justin Simmons, Jordan Howden never plays. None of that is true. None of that is the case. Jordan Howden and Justin Simmons can coexist on the same roster, believe it or not. And to be clear, that's what I want. I want the New Orleans Saints to have both Justin Simmons and Jordan Howden get involved on the defense because let's keep it real. Defensive depth is a phenomenal problem to have. What happens if somebody gets hurt? What happens if somebody needs to step off the field? You got to have depth. You have to have players. And if you're going to rely on young players, that's fine. But that's not what the Saints are showing they're doing. They want to stay competitive, so go be competitive. And here's the thing I will say about all this. I am never going to apologize for wanting my team to be great. I will not apologize for saying I want to sign Justin Simmons. This doesn't mean I hate Jordan Howden. This doesn't mean I want Howden to never play another snap for the Saints. What this means is I want my team to win football games. I saw a hole. I wanted that hole on the defensive side to be addressed, and they did not add to the safety group this offseason. They lost Marcus May. They brought in Millard Bradford as a UDFA, but I am not going to apologize for wanting my football team to be talented, to have depth, and to be a dangerous team. And I will say, Justin Simmons, he is leaps and bounds above Jonathan Abram. They're not in the same conversation, and that's not to take away from Jonathan Abram. I think he was a fine player for this Saints team. However, I do think that if you could have Justin Simmons, Tyrann Mathieu, and Jordan Howden be your three guys in rotation, it's a lot better of a unit than Tyrann Mathieu, Jordan Howden, and Jonathan Abram. It's so many J names today. I'm all over the place, but I really want Justin Simmons. Again, day 115 of me trying to make this happen. So if you're tired of me talking about it, get in the comments section, share your thoughts, and I'll stop talking about it if you guys want me to shut my mouth. If you want me to keep going, type sign Justin Simmons. If you want me to stop, just give me an F Trizzy in the comments section. Live show coming at you tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central Time. Be sure to subscribe and turn on your noties. See you later.